Lesson 10-1, Angle Relationships. An angle has two sides that share a common endpoint and is measured in units. Those units are called degrees. A vertex is the point where the sides meet. So if we have an angle that looks maybe something like this, this point here is the vertex, because that's where the two lines meet. The measure here on the inside would be the angle. When we use a symbol to represent a specific angle, it looks a lot like an angle, but it's just written out. So it may say something like angle A, B, C. Typically you will have 3 points, because there will be 1 point on each line, and the vertice is typically the number in the middle. When we are trying to name an angle, there's actually 4 ways that we can do it. The first way that we can do it is we can use the vertex as our middle letter, and then you can use the other 2 points on either side. So we could say angle ABC or angle CBA. So that's the first way. The second way to do it is to only label the vertex. So angle B. The third way is to use a number. So sometimes an angle will have a number on the inside, and so you'd be able to just say angle 1. So there's actually 3 ways, with one of them kind of being 2 ways in one. So sometimes you may be asked to label an angle in 4 different ways. This would be your 4 ways. There's 3, but then number 1 is broken into 2 separate ways. Pause the video to name the angle below in 4 different ways. The first way we're going to do it is by placing the vertice in the middle and the other points around it. So it would be RST and TSR. We're going to call it just angle S, which is the vertice, and angle 3, which is the number. When we see angles, we're also able to identify them based on the type of angle that they are. This first angle is a right angle, and that means that this angle is 90 degrees. Usually, an angle that is at a right angle has the right angle symbol, identifying that it is truly 90 degrees. If you do not have the right angle symbol, you cannot assume that it's 90 degrees just because of the way it looks. The next angle we have is an acute angle. Acute means that it's less than 90 degrees. So I've always said it's acute angle. So acute, like it's small, acute little thing. The next angle is obtuse angle. And obtuse means that it is greater than 90, but it's less than 180. So when I think of an obtuse angle, I think of something just being big, maybe being large, and so it's obtuse. It is greater than 90, less than 180. And then the last angle we have is a straight angle. And this angle is exactly 180 degrees. It is a straight line from one side to the other. Pause the video to classify each angle. The first angle would be an acute angle because it is less than 90 degrees. The second would be obtuse because it is greater than 90 degrees. And the third would be a right angle because it is 90 degrees. we identify two angles as vertical angles if they are opposite angles formed by the intersection of two lines. So for example, if we have this line and this line, we have our angles labeled, we would say that 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and so is 2 and 4. So the angles that are opposite of each other when they are formed by two intersecting lines. When we think of adjacent angles, we think of next to, because when something is adjacent to something else, it is next to something else. But we want to make sure that they share a common vertex, a common side, and they do not overlap. So if we have these two lines again that has our angles of 1, 2, 3, and 4, we would say that angles 1 and 4 are adjacent because they are right next to each other, they do not overlap, and they share a vertex. You could also say that 1 and 2, 2 and 3, or 3 and 4. If we have angles that look like this, you would be able to say that 7 and 8 are adjacent angles because they are next to each other and they share a vertex and a common side. Pause the video to complete the lesson review. Make sure you show me this lesson review for verification of watching this video.